Este filme é para aqueles que se deleitam com o terror que se esconde nas sombras da vida cotidiana.
Os Estranhos, capítulo 1, estreia no dia 30 de maio.
E além de ser a releitura de um clássico, é também o início de uma trilogia que promete ser toda lançada em menos de um ano. E quem revelou grandes detalhes pra gente foram os atores principais, o diretor e o produtor. Olha só.
Do you know what today is?
Today is the third day of our 3-day road trip across the country.
Or our 5-year anniversary.
Um jovem casal em busca de um recomeço.
What a cool little town.
Mas alguns perrengues e pessoas estranhas que encontram pelo caminho acabam forçando uma parada.
Hi.
Hi.
Por aplicativo encontram o que poderia ser um local perfeito para uma noite romântica.
I'll bet the people who live here are really...
Mas o gênero do filme, soubemos que é outro.
It's so full of scenes that are so memorable, and the main thing for me was just to keep the atmosphere of the movie as realistic as possible, to make the audience feel like they can relate to these characters. And there's nothing supernatural about this. It's just real life being in the wrong place at the wrong time and becoming the victim of this kind of a senseless crime. So all these scenes, whether it's them crawling under the house and a nail going through her hand, or her being in the shower and us seeing but not her realizing that there's actually a stranger in the room with her. It was just creating all those scenes where I can lead or mislead the audience in a certain way and keep the tension and that feeling of dread alive all the time. That was the key for me.
The table by the window, casting shadows.
Imagine filmar isso tudo e depois dormir. Perguntei para os atores Madeleine Petsch e Froy Gutierrez qual a técnica que usaram para relaxar depois de dias inteiros de filmagem.
What do you do to relax?
We were talking about that earlier. There's nothing you can do to relax after that. Your body is in a constant state of fight or flight for 52 days.
Yeah, it's like the adrenaline is still so elevated. So I would get home and I would take a shower. I would call my dad or my mom and play a video game to try to relax. But if I went straight to bed, I would just be in bed shaking under the sheets. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it.
So the answer is we don't have good coping mechanisms.
No.
We're working on it. We'll get back to you.
But do you think at home, did you shoot during the day? Scary things, get scared or not?
There's a scene in the shower that is I think already out in the world that I remember while I was living in Slovakia. Every night after I shot that, I was convinced that Scarecrow was standing there while I was showering right when the suds were getting in my eyes. That still actually happens to me quite frequently, which is horrible.
Os Estranhos foi inspirado na produção homônima de 2008. Considerado um clássico do horror, o filme original tem uma base de fãs dedicada, que aprecia sua atmosfera perturbadora, a imprevisibilidade dos antagonistas e a maneira como ele explora o medo do desconhecido. Nesse fã-clube está toda a equipe desta releitura.
I love the original, so I feel like I don't want to compare. I feel like ours is a new retelling and imagining that goes to a whole different place. And we've done some things differently, but I'm a lover of the original. If you're an audience member that didn't know the original, this becomes your original. And then maybe after, you'll go back and discover and go, I'm curious to see where this all came from. I think they're both great.
Madeleine falou dos 52 dias porque toda a trilogia foi filmada ao mesmo tempo. E todos os filmes devem sair em menos de um ano. Então, esse é apenas o primeiro capítulo dessa história que deve revelar muito mais sobre esses mascarados e protagonistas.
How was for you to shooting 3 movies at the same time? Did you start at the beginning or it was a mix?
It was a total mess. So movies are always shot out of order, and in this case, 3 movies shot on top of each other. So in the morning, we could have the characters covered in blood with torn off clothes, and then in the afternoon, they'll be perfect makeup and clothes and everything fine. And this way, it was very challenging for all the actors, the whole crew, everybody, staying on top of it all the time, knowing where are we in the story and why and what are we feeling, how scared are we and all that. The first one is coming out now, next one will come out in the fall, and the next one in the beginning of next year. So within 12 months, people will see all 3 movies.
Because you're here.
The first chapter, which you've seen, is a retelling of the original 2008 version with Liv Tyler and Scott Speedman, with new characters and a modernizational breath into it. But it is just a launch pad into a crazy wild ride that chapters 2 and 3 is. It is a character study of what happens to a character once they're pushed past their breaking point and they've lost everything that matters to them. And it's also, I think it'll be fun for original fans because not only are you on this wild ride with Maya, but you're getting little tiny answers to the questions as well along the way. We're not going to give you ever the whole perspective, but we are like kind of giving you a glimpse into the window of the strangers. I know that Brazilians like fun, and I think this movie is really fun, so that's what I will say for them.
Yeah,
Keeps you on the edge of your seat.
It's got some great screams, some great thrills. And I think it's a kind of movie that you want to watch like with friends and
community.
Family and community and
Bring your family.
Bring your family.
Brazil, bring your family.
Bring your little brother. Spook him. That's what I'm gonna do.